higher than stars over our atmosphere. I'm back to build, but tragically, Master Chef has come back again. I aim to win, no competing. We all gon' make it, coming from the greatest. Speaking in existence, it's the awakening. Don't give up when you're going through hard times, cause rough nights hard to prepare you for a good life. Keep your head up, stay strong, positive vibes.
Go ahead and introduce yourself. Let the world know who you are.
Okay, so I am Nebiyi, Maaza, Nenet, Melesse. That name means God's prophetess of eternal divine essence. I am 30. I have 2 beautiful daughters. I am a small business owner that is manifesting it to grow into something large. And not even just I eventually want to collaborate with other businesses, because what I'm trying to do what I'm trying to do with my business is continue to heal one, build one. That's one of my favorite mottos that I go by, heal one, build one. And with the world being such a large place, I really it's going to take a team to continue this movement of what the world needs to really transition over into being holistic, natural beings, getting back to our natural, holistic way of living. So I do Yoni themes, I do Oracle, I'm an Oracle intuitive reader, I am a Reiki master, I am currently in school to become a holistic practitioner, and I'm just great. Yes.
All right, shouts out. Yes. So now I would like to ask, what was life like before you became conscious? Before you, or like, what was your childhood? Did your childhood have consciousness or spirituality in it? Like, what was your background?
I was raised strictly Baptist Christian. I was raised strictly from the Baptist church. And not only Baptist, I was raised around a lot of gang members. That's what my life was. Christianity and gang shit. It was like, this is real weird around here. And then there was me, and it was like, I always, something in me, like a lot, I slept a lot as a kid, and that was because I daydreamed a lot, because I was like, this just cannot be life. Like, I go to church every Sunday, but then when we come home, we're getting criticized for being kids, for being who we were being. And then I lived in a house of molestation and all these things, right? And it was just like, but we go to church and y'all say, we pray to Jesus and we keep doing all this worshiping and going to the altar and everybody is praying, but it don't seem like it's working in this house. And then we're supposed to be good people, Christian people, and we out here doing the shit that we doing. Like, okay, this not making sense. And so I slept a lot, or they thought I was asleep, but in reality, now that I'm more conscious, it's like, no, I was really daydreaming of what my life is turning into now. And back then I always had like just daydreamed of not being in fame, but being who I am, and fame just came with it. And I always just lived in a dream, like I was a singer, dancer, and I was just like, okay, I just rather stay here in my sleep and this daydream than be reality and live in my reality. And then that was my childhood. Ended up losing my mom from AIDS when I was 11. My dad ended up getting murdered. My grandmother, during that time, she was truly dependent on alcohol to get through what it was that she was going through in life. So it was a lot of mental, physical abuse and things like that. And then as I became older, not realizing, because I was always the kind of person like, you know what, I forgive all these people, but I didn't truly forgive myself, right? Because you're a kid, you don't know how to forgive yourself. So I held on to that, and then it made me become a people pleaser. And I just always wanted people to just love me. And I don't know, and then people was just always drawn to me. Like the most damaged people have always just been drawn to me. And I used to be like, what is going on here? So then I went on to college to get almost a social work degree, because I didn't finish. And then as I became older, then just started falling in love with working and educating myself. And even then in college, like I got in trouble for doing stupid shit like plagiarizing. Nonetheless, because then I stopped believing in my own abilities to learn. Because I went to college and I'm like, I'm just gonna have fun, because we ain't have fun as kids. So I'm about to go up here and just have fun. And then I lost myself again. And it was always like a lose myself to refine myself. And went to college, had the fun, lost myself, found myself again. Then I went on to becoming a mother and being in a relationship. And that relationship also taught me a lot of things about myself, how I became stuck in things, and how to sometimes it's okay for you to just get up and leave and be okay with leaving, because it will traumatize you more if you stay in a situation that's not good for you. But for the sake of my kids, I'm like, I'm just gonna stay here, and not loving on myself. And when I was unconscious, I really did not love myself because I was too busy trying to love everybody else around me. And then I went on to start falling in love with just working. I got to grind. I got to make money. make money. And in reality, like, I was making the money, but I wasn't managing it right. I wasn't spending it right. So I was making a lot of money, but it was like, where is it at? You still behind on bills. You still doing all of these crazy things with the money. And then the jobs that I had, it was like, it didn't sit well with my soul, because I was sitting behind the computer. I was a police dispatcher for 4.5 years for DPD. And I'm just like, this just don't, like, I don't even really fuck with them like that. But I'm here because I have to make the money. But I needed to sit in that moment. I needed to sit behind that computer to really see the ins and out of things, right? And in the midst of me doing that, I ended up getting pregnant with my second child. And this, well, you ain't even asked me the question. I'm about to go into the question already.
Go ahead. Let it flow.
And so when I had my second child, and so that was me unconscious, just doing things that I knew didn't sit right with my soul, doing things that it didn't align with who I was, and it was traumatizing me. And I was okay with sitting in that traumatizing moment. Oh, he gonna change. Oh, he gonna love me. We're gonna get married. We're gonna do this. And that's not what it was. Oh, my friends, these friends, I can feel the energy is different around them, but I love them so much, I'm gonna still keep them around. And it's just like, no. Until I started just putting myself in situations where it was still me ending up looking in the mirror like, now look what you done got your crazy self into. Now look where you at now. Now you sitting up here ready to put hands on people, and you don't even like to fight because you know how you is when you get there. So just stop. Because I could be very peaceful. I seen your post that said that seen that yesterday. I could be love and light, but I could also flip all this shit over. I flip all. And then I ended up getting pregnant with my second child, and I was going through the realms, and what broke me away from like Christianity, I was going through a lot, and I just started questioning, like, it was just a question set in my head one day, and I was just like, why do you keep ending your prayers in Jesus' name? And I'm just like, I don't know. The hell, this is what I was taught of. This is what I was brought up on. And it was like, that no longer resonate with you. You got to get out of that. So I'm just like literally just listening to my higher self at this moment. I'm just like, okay. And I just was on Facebook, and I kept seeing the unk. I kept seeing people that were tapping into their spirituality and my soul. Like, that's where you need to be. And I was just like, okay, but none of them people like really spoke to me until I seen one of my cousins. She went through the realms with Maymuna. And when I seen that, a light in my head went off and was like, that's who you need to go see. And I joined the realms, and it was probably the most challenging yet most beautifulest thing I have ever been through in my entire life. Because it really had me to sit with myself and learn myself, and even learn my dark characteristics, and be okay with my own people pleasing, and learn to stop doing it, because I was only doing it to myself, because at this moment you're an adult, so you control your own life. And it was the birth of my second child. And no, it was I had her first, then I got led to Maymuna, because I had her. And as a kid, like, I was very, and I still don't like putting labels on myself, but I was very depressive. I was very suicidal. I was very like, just get me out of here. I don't want to even be in this world no more if this is what I have to live through. And I had my second child, and I ended up having to get a C-section. And during that C-section, the doctors, to this day, they still don't know what the hell they did to me, right? But all I know is I was laying on the operating table after my C-section for 8 hours, and they told me that they don't know what happened to me. And all I remember was it was pitch black. And spirit was like, you said you ready to die. You did. Now you ready to go. And I'm just like, no, what are you doing? I just had a baby. I got 2 kids. I ain't ready to go nowhere. And they said, well, when you open up your eyes, you need to get to work. In that moment, I'm like, okay, I don't know whatever this work is, but I'm going to get to it. And when I woke up, I was on the ventilator, and it scared the living crap out of me because I'm like, what happened to me? And that's all I kept saying. And I couldn't talk or nothing. So I'm like, give me some paper because I need to ask y'all some questions. What happened to me? Where's my kid? Like, did y'all kill me? And they're all like, we don't know what happened. Case. I was like, okay. And then after her birth, then that's when I got led to Maymuna, because it was just like something in me just rebirth. And now I'm here. I started working with BPD for those years, and I was also like already kind of getting into doing like detox for people, but then some of my soul was like, nah, it's deeper than this, baby. It's way deeper than you just mixing up these fruits and these juices and putting them together. Nah, it's some way that's you missing something. So then as I was working midnights, and while I was working and when I was taking my breaks, I was also getting my certification to become a master herbalist. And then when I had started learning about waist beads, I was up there making waist beads for the ladies. And then Spirit Life is still deeper, Nebiyi. So then I really learned how to really sit there with the waist beads and cleanse them and put my good intentions on them. Make sure I'm listening to very high vibrational music when I'm doing it. When it came to herbs, like when I do my juicing or when I do my detoxes, it's way completely different because I really listen to what the person body needs. It's not everybody can't get this herb because this is not for your body. I really sit there and I listen to Spirit tell me like, no, this person need valerian, this person need hibiscus, whatever the herb is it may be. And I don't know if that was the Spirit telling me if that was herbs you need.
But that's funny because I swear, I actually was just thinking this morning, like, damn, I want some hibiscus tea because I love hibiscus tea. That's one of my favorites. Tastes so good.
So, like, I started getting into like going deep into like doing herbs, and still like my thing was the inconsistency because I was on the fence. I'm like, okay, I know this spiritual thing is where I want to be, but still this unconscious life was kind of, it was kind of hype. It was kind of, I still don't want to, it wasn't even hype. It was, I didn't want to lose that part of me, not knowing that once I lose it, I was going to rebirth a whole new woman. Like I had to lose that because I was still holding on to the man that I used to be in my past life, because whoever he was mother. Like, and just recently, like even after the shroom trip I took, it was probably the most magnificent thing I've ever could have did for myself. Like, I'm sitting on that couch. I said, Nebiyi, now don't you become addicted to these shrooms. And then one of the ladies, she was actually sitting there watching me, and she was like, you really are God's prophet. And she said, because while you were laying there on that couch, because I was just in a very peaceful, serene moment, because my spirit was just like, no, you need to sit here and learn how to control your powers. Because I believe had I not went through that, I would probably be out of control with my powers, because sometimes I was in a moment of being out of control with my mind. And I had to realize, and I had to literally sit in darkness to realize that once you learn how to control your mind, you can control everything around you, which that means once you control your mind, you can control your powers, you can control the energies that you have around you, you control everything around you. And she was like, while you laying there, she was like, it was literally a beam of light going from your mouth up into the sky. She like, no, you're really with your, I'm like, look, I can't escape it. It ain't going nowhere. It follows me everywhere I go. And it's been beautiful. It has been beautiful. And everybody be like, oh, y'all spiritual. No, people need to really get hip to this. And it's not even putting my spirituality on anybody, because everybody's spiritual journey is different. Everybody's spiritual journey is different.
And just to piggyback on that, like people like to title it as spirituality and spirit, but all it is us connecting with ourselves, and we are spirit.
Yes.
So it just is what it is.
Yes, like, because it makes you have no limits on yourself. You don't have to be strict on yourself about your beliefs, because you can be like, okay, I believe this one, you have to believe what it is, and then you might believe something the next day. Don't put limits on yourself. That's one thing that I love about being more conscious and more aware of myself. Like, I don't place limits on myself. If today I say I want to elevate, and once I really get my mind to that place, guess what? I'm gonna fucking elevate. Not elevate, but levitate. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm gonna levitate. If I want to get out my witch broom and I want to fly across the sky, I'm gonna fly across the damn sky. Who gonna stop me?
I say. All right, that was real nice, and I liked it. And I want to say shout out to Shroomies. You know what I'm saying? Everyone should try to dive in once in their life, find out what it's about. So, and you say you just took a shroom trip recently, right? And so, like, how many grams did you do? And do you remember any of the mental images maybe that you received, or any voices in your head? You know, we all have different effects, you know. So
I took 3.5 grams, and in the beginning, like, because I could feel all the energies that was around me, right? And I was just laying there. I was real calm, because normally, like, my mind literally be on 20, and I'm always like trying to think of the world, what the world needs to make the changes that it need. And like, I just had to sit there, and Spirit was like, no, close your eyes. You need to be, it just kept telling me, like, you need to be alone. You need to be alone, right? So I'm like, okay. But then I was still kind of concerned about all the energies that was around me. And then the man in me, this is when I released the man, because I just kept telling, like, I just really just kept saying, like, I really cannot believe I was this man in my past life. So they all like, Nebiyi, you still can't, I couldn't believe it. And so I had went in the bathroom, right? And I didn't see any images or anything like that. I could just feel, I was feeling everything. And I was just talking to myself like, okay, you're really a woman. You got to step into your femininity, your sexuality. Like, and when I came out the bathroom, the light in the hallway was already on. So when I came out, I turned it off. And one of the sisters that was there, she was like, oh no, that was sneaky as shit. Turn that light back on. What made you turn that light off? I'm like, when I walked out, I really thought I had turned it off, or I thought I had turned it on. She like, So I believe once I walked out that bathroom, that was the male spirit in me that turned that light off. Because right after then, this spirit came through. His name was Nubis, and he was like, because at first, like, she was like, what's going on? But then, like, after she sat there and she listened to the spirit, she was like, no, he's here for good. Because in my mind, I'm like, who is this man inside of me? Like, why the fuck do you just turn off this? Like, what are you doing? Like. And then, like, we was also like listening to I can't even say the girl name right. What's her name? Janae Anoki. And as I'm sitting there, like, it was a portal on the TV, and like I could see the face coming through it, and I'm still like, I was just dazed out. And the sister, she was like, you know, that's the portal, right? And I was just like, are you serious? I'm like, because it almost just caught me, because I could see the face. And thank God, like, we had like this thing set up in the middle of the floor, and she was like, well, I'm happy that we had these crystal balls and shit set up right here. She said, because he just went right through there. I'm like, oh my God, he's almost got me. So that happened. And the sister, like, and then I could also hear mama coming through my head, and she was like, Nebiyi, this is where you need to be, because you really need to sit here and watch this sister. She controls the energy up in this room. And when I tell you, it was the most beautifulest thing I ever experienced in my life. Oh my goodness. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I definitely learned from her that night how to control the energy and how not to let other energies rub off on you. Because that's where I'm at in life right now. Like, even when it comes to soul ties, like, I'm being very discerned and careful about, because with me, because I'm such an empath, like, I could pick up on all energies that be around me, even from my damn cat that's right here behind me, my 2-year-old. Hi, princess. Hi. Were you in one of the classes? I think you were. I did see you in one of the classes. Huh?
No, she wasn't in one of the classes. Maybe. No. But all right, go ahead. I'm on the video right now. Thank you. All right, go ahead. All right.
Well, yes, it was a and now I know, like, afterwards, when I was the next day, like spirit just kept telling me like, you need to put this man to rest. So like I rested the whole day and I was okay. Normally, like I feel like I got to get up and do a million things, right? But I was just like, no, today I'm just gonna rest. I'm tired of shit. I'm tired. And I just kept on like crossing my left leg over my right leg, because you know that right side is our masculine side and my right side is always hurting. And I'm just like, because you tired of being strong. Like, I know you got strength and stuff like that, but you tired of being a strong Black woman. Like, no, you need your provider. You need your protection, your sense of security. You need a real masculine energy around you. Because, baby girl. Man, and shout out to all the single mothers out there that are out there just doing the damn thing, because I applaud y'all. Even the single fathers, we're not even gonna put no specification on it. Everybody, I applaud anybody out there that is a single mother or a single father. And I hope and pray y'all mate come to y'all and they be good to y'all as well as they are good to your children, because it is no joke out here. And that you build that foundation in that village. We really have to get back to building that village of sound-minded, good-hearted, good-spirited people around our kids, especially in today with this school system stuff that's going on. Like half the shit in school systems, kids don't even care about learning. Like we need to teach them on levels what's really meant for their own guidance in life. Because that's where they lose identity, because you got all these kids in this classroom and they're not on the same mental level, they're not on the same spiritual level, and we're not teaching them how they need to be taught.
Right. And I would like to say this too, when it comes to taking care of kids, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people realize this, but a lot of people don't. Kids are pieces of us. And kids also hold magnetism. They can manifest. So a lot of times people get caught up in the worry and stressed out about, oh, I got these kids. But it's, in actuality, if you can program them correctly, you know what I'm saying, they can help you create your environment. You know what I'm saying? You have to learn how to just balance the energy out so y'all all can be manifesting together.
Wow.
And not just having, you know what I'm saying, these damn kids, you know.
Man. So true, and that's what I am learning, because I was the parent on the other side, right? When I was unconscious, yelling, feeling like whoop them, doing all of these things, knowing like when it happened to me, as well, my mom, she didn't really too much whoop us. That's why, like when it was. And now I'm more comfortable with her transition, and I'm more thankful for her transition, because I really been sitting with my ancestors and really, you know, feeding them and still remembering their presence here and their spirits around me. But then it was hard. Like it took me 20 plus years, because when I tell you, like, she was magnificent, although she was on drugs, nonetheless, the lady was a magnificent mother. She allowed us to be free. So when she put us in a home where it's like, I ain't free no more, it was like, lady, what the hell? Why did you leave me? Come back right now, lady. And now, like, and I went through that phase of my life of being the statistical parent, feeling like you gotta hit them and yell at them, knowing like it was traumatizing to me. And I had to really sit at myself and look at myself and be like, why are you doing the same thing to them that was done to you? You want them to. So now I had to go through the whole phase of healing my children from what I did. And I'm thankful that kids really do love you unconditionally. And I'm thankful that my daughter is now more open and receptive, and she allows me to really sit with her. And as I'm healing her, like, she don't know, she be healing me, and then I be learning from her. And I'm like, you know, I'm gonna try the same technique on her. And now, because both of us, like, we dance to really heal. That's our form of love language. We love to dance together, and we just think like when we could just be flowing around the house. And my mom, she was a ballroomer, so I feel like that spirit lives through me, because. And then my daughter, she's an amazing dancer, and then the 2-year-old, she still, I don't know what we're doing. 2-year-old, she just around her, just the boss of the house. I'm like, okay, that's that alpha female in me. You the alpha female, because she don't get her way around here. She really be flipping shit over.
You said that's your that'll be your second daughter?
Yes, the 2-year-old. Right. I got a 2-year-old and a 6-year-old.
And she came around the time that you took your spiritual Hajj, and so she came in with that energy, like, nigga, you know.
Yes. I'm about to flip you over and we're going to flip the world over. All right, I'm with it. You with it? I'm with it. Don't worry, Ma, I got your back, period.
So now I would like to ask this. So if you could give advice to anybody, you know what I'm saying, on their spiritual journey, what's some things you know what I'm saying, would give to other people as advice? Things that they could do, listen to, read, whatever.
First advice I will say is, and as I'm looking at this thing on my wall, be patient with yourself. Be very patient with yourself, especially when you really start tapping into deities and the gods and goddesses, because you want to make sure that you're feeding them properly, that you're really going to them and asking them for their not acceptance, but their acceptance, that they really allow you, that it's your time for you to really start tapping into that. Be gentle with yourself during this process, because it seems like when you start going through that spiritual journey, that's when them challenges and them tests really come, to see if you gonna really sustain yourself, if you really gonna lean on faith, because it really is a lot of faith in this spirituality things. Like, you really just be like, okay, universe, you said that you got it, I'm gonna believe that you got it, and you got to really just listen. First thing I would definitely say, meditate. Start with 3 minutes. Start with 3 minutes. If you new to it, start with 3 minutes. Go on YouTube, type in chakra unblocking meditation 3 minutes, because my daughter, she had 2 minute meditation me in a minute. I only want to do 2 minutes. That's fine. Go do your little 2 minutes. Start with 2 minutes. And when I first started becoming awakened, I used to listen to Abram Hicks a lot. Lady is very powerful. And the one thing that she said to me, when you having like low vibrational feelings of anger, resentment, regret, anything, allow yourself 17 seconds, because don't act like we're not human, right? Because we still going to have those situations come. We're still going to have those feelings arise, but allow yourself 17 seconds at that moment, because if you keep living in that fear, if you have more than 17 seconds of that fear, then more fearful thoughts are going to come. But you sit with that for 17 seconds, realize why it is that you're being fearful, be honest with yourself, and then you move past it. And then think of something, find one positive, even in that most fearful situation. Like, I always live my life like that. If I could find one positive out of this crazy, retarded situation, then you know what? I'm going to take that one, and I'm just going to ride it. I'm just going to ride the wave. I'm going to ride the wave. And be loving. Be loving to yourself. Be loving and listen. Listen to yourself and to the women out there. Be mindful. And not even, let me stop sexualizing it, because it's for men and women. Be careful of the soul ties that you have with people. Be careful of the soul ties. If you are a person out here that's trying to be vegan and become spiritual, the best advice I got for you is do not mess with people that are still eating meat and that's still under the Christian belief. Don't do it. You're gonna fuck yourself up. And you really have to be mindful of that, because you carry on people's energies, and you will be around the house trying to figure out why you feeling depressed or why you're feeling these anxieties, and it's not even you. It's not even you. So yes, be patient, be gentle, be kind to yourself, be loving, and be open to connecting with other people, because yes. Okay, Mommy gonna get you a charger. And and be okay with connecting to people. And don't be afraid to make friends or lose friends. Because it's going to come when you start really tapping it. You're going to lose people.
All right. Excellent. And, you know, I would like for you to also send me if you got an Instagram or Facebook, if you got a business, whatever, I'm gonna put that in the description.
And I am now a part of an organization called Revolution Community 313, where we are really trying to revolve and redevelop and regain our powers back in the community of Detroit. Even though I plan on getting up out of here soon, but still, I want to, because this is where I was born, this is where I was raised, home, right? So I still want to make sure home is good, because I see myself going around the country traveling with my kids and taking my healing work outside of just here. And plus, I just it's just like with the things that we are trying to do with Revolution Community 313, like we really need more men in this group, because we really we got a lot of plans. We got a lot of plans, good plans.
So how could somebody get it? Like how could someone get involved with the what's it called again?
Revolution Community 313.
Revolution Community 313. Yeah, how could I look up the information and stuff?
So we have an Instagram, Revolution Community 313. Once a month, we do these meetings called Meetings of the Masterminds, where
nice.
come around because the founder of it, she just purchased the house over there on the east side. And what we're trying to do is now we're in the process of purchasing the land because there's so much land over there. We're trying to get that land activated. And in this moment, and it's just three of us. It's three people. I'm the community peacemaker researcher. And then we have the president, we have the founder. And our last meeting, we did have a few people come, and we just need more people. We need more men that are carpenters, that are builders, that are gardeners, whatever it is that you can bring, motivational speakers, somebody that can really reach out to our kids, because with us, our main focus is what we're leaving behind for the kids, or what the kids can, just to make Detroit a better place, because we're used to Detroit being the slumlords of the ghetto, the murder men, and we have to really change the perspective and the perception of what Detroit is, because Detroit holds some of the most beautifulest people in it. Some of the greatest people come from Detroit. I've been telling everybody, we got some of the baddest witches in Detroit. It don't make no sense. The baddest witches, the baddest, whatever it is that you proclaim to be, you are the baddest. And you're a wizard. You the baddest wizard out here. Let me tell you. We are some powerful, some powerhouses. And we all got to come together, because together, that's what we really need. They already done tore us apart. So what the best thing to do when you fall apart is build yourself back up.
All right. And I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to join that, the group. I'm going to check out the Instagram page. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to leave it it's going to be in the description below for anybody else that want to hop on, that's in the Detroit area, Now, for the record, I'd like to put this on the books. What is your zodiac? Do you know your moon, your sun, and rising?
So I am a Taurus sun, a Cancer moon, and an Aquarius rising.
Ooh. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Mommy.
Man, I had to learn I had one reading, and she was like, you need to stop being such a stubborn Taurus. You need to act like Aries a little bit for a minute. I was like, I don't even really rock with Aries like that. I love them. And then being that Cancer with my emotional self, and then I was just like, that Aquarius too smart for my own good sometimes.
Yep. Shoot, that's what's up, though.
All of them.
That's what's up, though. Yeah, I actually have a Tauruses, sun sign Tauruses gravitate around me a lot. I have a lot of friends as Tauruses, lots of friends.
No, we're pretty dope people. We're pretty cool.
But yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you for giving me your time. And everything. And shit, like I said, we'll be getting together real soon.
All right, my brother. I love you. Stay you out here. Keep educating these people. Keep being you. You're great. You're great.
Thank you. All right.
All right.
Peace.
Aim higher than stars over our atmosphere. I'm back to build, but tragically, Master Chef has come back again. I aim to win. No competing. We all gonna make it. Coming from the greatest. Speaking in existence, it's the awakening. Don't give up when you're going through hard times, cause rough nights hard to prepare you for a good life. Keep your head up. Stay strong. Positive vibes. Don't